get Kool Moe D in him too.
I'm going to Kool Moe D.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to Kool Moe D.
Yeah.
But how did the Kool Moe D shit start? How did that start? Because it seems like LL. You might not start it, but you definitely finished it.
Well, I said on the record, I said I'm only 18, making more than your pops, and he felt offended by that.
What? The more than 18.
Making more than your pops, and he was offended because he thought it was the wrong message.
Because he was making more than his pops.
Well, no, he thought I was sending a bad message to young kids out there, like I was, because look, when I was growing up, 16, 17, 18, like 17, 18, 19. I was always with Rich Porter. I was always with Alpo and AZ, and my man Big Chuck from Mount Vernon took me with them. So that's who I used to be always hanging out with. I would be on 132, and
Fat
I
Cat.
was always uptown. Not Fat Cat, even though he was from Queens. I know Preem, and I knew the Furtado brothers and all of them. I knew them, but I was like a
Make
shorty.
some noise for LL.
No.
Now, real. That's real.
No, I was a shorty. So when I knew the Furtados, they was giving me warm champagne. Like, hey man, you're begging for champagne. You know what I mean? But when I started hanging out with Chuck,
We got cold champagne.
Yeah, I got cold champagne.
It's cold.
All the champagne's cold
it's
now.
cold.
It's not. Yeah, I don't take it personally.
Gotta make sure.
So when I used to hang with Alpo, and when Chuck would take me around to hang with Alpo and AZ and Rich and all of them, and Black Just used to come a little later.
Black Just, God
later
bless.
on,
God bless.
May he rest in peace. I just came up, in a different, thought process. You know what I'm saying? And I just tried to do things right. You know what I mean? That's all, basically.
Did you know Bimmy was the biggest in Queens when you was hanging with him at one point? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know Bim is my man. You know what I'm saying? I hung with Bim. The whole time. I saw Bim
too.
I
didn't
saw
know.
Bim in some of his initial escapades.
He got freckles.
Right.
You don't know he's still in.
But you know what the thing is about that? What people have to understand about that is that, first of all, we don't want to glorify that.
No, we don't.
Because it's not cute.
We do not.
And it's a tough life.
And
it destroys lives. And most of the guys that are really doing it for real wish they weren't. Okay? And the ones that are really successful at it really wish they were successful at something else, anything else. This is a horrible way to live. Okay? And we can front and act like it isn't, but it is. It's a very tough way to live, all right? Because I've seen it firsthand for real. And, but, it taught me a lot, though. I learned a lot. I forgot the point I was trying to make because I was...
No, because you know why? I'm telling you the point that you're just trying to make, because at one point...
Oh, with Kool Moe D.
Okay,
Right.
Kool Moe D.
So basically, he thought that I was glorifying that lifestyle when I said 18
So
making
he was
more than
the
your pop.
original background.
So he wanted to, be conscious about that. But what he didn't understand is that...
That you're going to crush him.
No, that I'm an 18-year-old young man and I don't know anything else but this.
But
when
in
you're
my mind,
growing up in the hood... When you're growing up in
L
the
gonna crush him.
Yeah, but when you're growing up in the hood and I see a car drive by, that's all I know. It ain't, and I see a guy, how he gets it, that's all I know. It's not about, I'm not even thinking about right and wrong and consequences and ruining my life, and you don't even think on that level. That doesn't even come into your brain. The only thing you think is, I'm here and the money's there. And where do I gotta go to get it? That's all you really think about. Now when you're older, you get in your 30s, your late 20s, and maybe even 40, you can start reflecting and kind of cleaning up your life. So I think he had the right intention, but the problem was that he wasn't merciful in understanding that I was a young kid and this is all I was thinking. Now on the MC level, I've never shied away from trying to snap somebody's head off.
I'm not gonna lie.
I
feel like you still want to battle right now.
The giant wire cutters?
Battle you right now.
I feel like you still want to battle right now.